Dwight and Ray had already agreed to collaborate for a while in Tulsa King Season 3, with Ray receiving revenues from Montague Distillers in New York. However, Ray was never content with that offer and harbored a secret desire to seize control of the entire liquor company. Russell, dressed as an electrician, walks into a motel at the start of the episode. On Ray's orders, he murders someone there. Russell has been following Ray's instructions since he owes Ray money. Ray now gives him one more chance. If Russell murders Dwight, his debt will be forgiven and he will be set free. Lee initially declines to murder Dwight, but in the end, he is forced to go to Tulsa. Russell and Manfredi meet at the Bread 2 Buck Saloon. We find out that Russell didn't want to kill Dwight because they were friends throughout Dwight's years in prison. Now, Russell must decide whether to kill a buddy in order to gain his freedom. Russell lies to Dwight when he asks why he's in Tulsa, but Dwight soon discovers the truth. Russell eventually acknowledges that Ray hired him to kill him after Dwight confronts him directly. Russell cautions Dwight about Ray's risk and suggests that he may still be a menace. Russell graciously declines Dwight's invitation to supper as their chat comes to a close. When Ray finds out that Dwight's murder has not yet been completed, he dispatches another assassin, this time to kill Russell as well because he failed to carry out his duties. The group soon learns that a second hitman, someone other than Russell, has also arrived in Tulsa after Goody informs them of the threat to their employer. The hitman, who is tasked with killing Dwight Manfredi and Russell Lee Washington Jr., is lodging in a nearby Tulsa hotel. After finding out, they both go to the hotel to kill him, but they quickly discover that Ray has dispatched 2 hitmen instead of just one. They kill them both with ease and temporarily escape the danger. Vince, who Ray also dispatched to ensure their murder is carried out, is horrified to discover both of his men dead in chambers that in Tulsa King Season 3 Episode 9, Jeremiah devises yet another plot of retaliation. Tyson's role in making money through drug-filled rave events is also depicted in another plotline. He further requests that Bodie put him in touch with dangerous individuals who manufacture ecstasy. Tyson and Spencer begin distributing narcotics at various gatherings, and Dwight and his company may soon face more difficulties as a result of this plot. Dwight's booze company is doing quite well in Tulsa right now. Dwight has already requested a federal liquor license in exchange for Musso's confession recording, which Musso has yet to receive. For him, everything appears to be going well until Jeremiah Dumeyer causes another issue. Because his booze company can't compete with Dwight's, Jeremiah is irritated. Dwight's bourbon is preferred above his by every store. He so devises a different strategy to defeat Dwight. This time, he targets Joanne, Dwight's sister, whom he truly cares about. The bomb attempt failed, Dwight's ban was removed, Dexter left, Sackrider changed sides, and now Dwight is obtaining a federal liquor license, all of which are working against the Dumeyers. Joanne is abducted by the conclusion of Tulsa King Season 3 Episode 9. Fans are eager for Dwight and Jeremiah's confrontation as the scene is prepared for the conclusion. Will Dwight be able to save Joanne and keep Montague Distilleries safe, or is something totally unanticipated going to occur? In order to give Bodie his cut of the drug-fueled rave's earnings, Tyson meets with him. I assumed that was an isolated incident, but Tyson starts encouraging Bodie to contact someone who can give them some ecstasy, indicating that Tyson plans to make these drug raves a regular occurrence. Bodie suggests that Tyson create his own ecstasy by just obtaining the basic stuff. Tyson demands that Bodie find him a source since that is too difficult. Bodie's response makes it clear that he doesn't want to interact with ecstasy makers because they are a hazardous group. However, Bodie consents to get back in touch with those guys for Tyson's sake. However, Bodie has one requirement: Tyson cannot sell ecstasy on anything that Dwight owns under any circumstances, as Dwight may become extremely enraged if he finds out that Tyson is burning his keep. It should be noted that Bodie is not the only one attempting to move up the ladder. Grace is also seeking a promotion and contacts Joanne to ask for a job at Montague Distilleries. Although Joanne is clearly pleased, she is concerned about Bodie's reaction because Grace has been employed by Bodie for a considerable amount of time. Bodie won't mind, Grace tells Joanne. Joanne thus begins teaching Grace the ropes right away. Returning to Tyson, he and Spencer go to an unorganized rave where they attempt to sell their drugs. However, security quickly expels them after they are caught red-handed. But this subplot is just bizarre. I had assumed that Tyson and Spencer would have their own gatherings and sell narcotics there. What is the point of selling drugs in haphazard raves? I have a feeling that Tyson, the king of mistakes, is preparing another accident. He's been granted a lot of latitude by Dwight, but I suspect that this drug business will be his final error. After the bombing, Mitch was certain that Cleo would choose to avoid him since she wouldn't feel comfortable enough to participate if she was still disturbed by her experience with the police. Of Dwight's dominion following such a huge blast. However, it turns out that Cleo would rather stick by Mitch through thick and thin than be by herself and safe. Joanne is abducted by Jeremiah's goon just when it appears like things are beginning to improve. Jeremiah's actions indicate that he is in pain, which has made him desperate. It is said that an injured lion is more dangerous than a hungry one.